What would you like, Queen Louie? What's gonna make you happy? Cause nothing seems to do it for you.
How about not being under anybody's thumb, nephew?
Well, I hate to break it to you, but everybody's got to answer to somebody. And me, I answer to the man who may have disappeared, my fucking father, and who would do the same to us if we don't move this product. Now, I don't know about y'all two, but I'd like to stay alive long enough to enjoy what I've made. So from here on out, I don't want to hear anything else about kilos or prices. Y'all want to go out on your own? Fine, but do not for 1 second fuck around with what I got to do to get mine, because I promise you, there is nothing I'm not prepared to do.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Davion Seen It. I'm back at you with another video for Snowfall, and we're going to talk about Snowfall episode 3 that just aired last night. And yo, I have to say, yo, this episode was amazing. It was crazy. Now, one thing I have to mention, a few things I want to mention that I was totally wrong. I mean, way wrong. I'm talking about with the storyline and the timeline and everything. You know, the wedding is going to happen at some point this season, but, you know, it's not, it ain't turned out the way I thought it was, which is good. I would rather be wrong in a prediction than to be right in a prediction, because that means the show itself is predictable. And Snowfall is not necessarily a predictable series. Now with Jerome and Louie, I never figured that I would like their storyline. Of course I would like their storyline because they're my favorite characters, but I never felt like I would be engaging in their storyline as much, more than Franklin, because Franklin, he is the main character, he's the main protagonist, and other main characters or his co-actors, his co-stars. But Jerome and Louie definitely stole the show. They definitely played it by ear, and they definitely came up with a crazy game plan. First, that boy Mello, shout out to Jabari from All American. He did his thing. But his character Mello was a bit, he was a little irritated. I felt like if he did get the throne to Scully's hood, I felt like he'll be more of like more of an annoying character. And he kind of gave me like man boy vibes in a way, but he can't really man boy because man boy is man boy, and we don't even know who this dude is. So anyway, Uncle Jerome and Louie get word that they can't cut down on the price because of Teddy, so it forces them to go negotiate with Scully's people. And now Scully is on one. Obviously, he's even more crazier due to the fact that his family is basically wiped out. His wife, his kid, he's just all just mentally just scattered everywhere. So you get the crews meeting up, Jerome and Louie and the Bloods, and they meet up, talk business. They let them know about the price cut and how it couldn't be respected. And the Bloods, Mello and Cornrows, they was like, yo, I'm not telling them. They need to come tell them. They can tell them themselves. This dude is shermed out and he's on some old samurai type shit. So you can tell, you can look at Louie's face that, yo, they are not feeling that, because if we remember correctly from season 5, they had beef with Scully, all because of Franklin and his decisions. And Louie ended up getting shot. Jerome ended up killing Scully's baby mama. It was just a mess, but they ended up fixing it when Scully was he was this close to taking out Louie, and they ended up talking him down. Had they not talked him down, or had that not have worked, I don't know. I mean, first of all, I think they would be dead, first of all, before anything. So we get to the scene where they are meeting up with Scully. They walking through his hood, and like I said in one of my breakdown videos, I mentioned that Louie was going to be meeting up with Scully because I can tell by the background in that little walkway right there. And yo, it's crazy out there. Scully got that hood like on some real what's the name of that show? Like on some, like, not even a show, like on some Jim Jones type shit. You know what I'm saying? He got people blindfolded, naked, putting the scriptures on the cardboard. Your boy Scully is wild. And then we finally get to see Scully. Now Scully got your man's cornrows pressed up. I mean, my man is just shook. He had a whole samurai sword and everything. I think I seen like a little I don't know, like a little pentagram in the back. I see that Illuminati. No, I'm just playing. But yo, Scully is on one. I'm happy that he's back. I'm happy that they kept his character the same. They didn't make any major changes to his character, because most writers, they'll take characters that we love and just butcher the shit out of them. And I don't really like cussing on YouTube, so it's, if you hear me go like that's why I don't really like cussing on YouTube like that. Scully is out of his mind. He ends up chopping Cornrows' ear off, and and just to hear him talk for the first time and just recite scriptures. I mean, like, yo, this dude needs to be in the mental hospital. I don't even think that's gonna help. And you can see the look on Louis and Jerome's face that, yo, if they got to bust off, especially Jerome, he even said it. He said, I got enough firepower for this mother. You know what I'm saying? Jerome ain't with it. He cool, but Louis is the one over her head. Because, like, I felt like, baby girl, you going to have to figure something out to get rid of this dude. So they play by ear, and they hip that Mello wants Scully's spot. So they start playing it by ear, start planning it, and then they run into Black Diamond and Dallas for help, because they know they used to be, them goons, them bounty hunters. But off of Jerome and Louis, I want to get to Franklin real quick, man. I want to get to the scene where Franklin was having a conversation with Teddy about his father, and it's obvious that Teddy did it. It's obvious that he did it, and you can just tell, even if you didn't even have an indicator that Teddy had anything to do with Franklin's father, just the energy and just how he responds to Franklin. But Franklin is really sharp. It seems like the writers are trying to make Franklin, I mean, he's already smart, but they're trying to smarten him up even more. Like, he's hip to stuff. He's swift. He's not that little punk little boy that he was in season 1, where he was getting punched on. He'll put a bullet right in you. That's a fact. I don't know if he can fight yet. He looked like he got hands, because I seen him, practicing on his punching. But anyway, you can tell Franklin doesn't really believe a word that Teddy is saying. I mean, even his woman said it, Veronique, like, you sure you trust this dude? You sure he ain't have anything to do with your father? And one thing I like about Veronique is that she tries to open up Franklin, get him to open up, express his feelings, because Franklin is pretty bleak. He's pretty, I don't want to say antisocial necessarily. I don't even want to say much sort of an introvert, even though he does carry a lot of introvert traits. But he's just real, like, to himself. He's just real business minded. And you don't really see a fun side of Franklin like that. I mean, in season 1, you probably got to see it a little bit more, because he was just a kid. He was young. And it was the early 80s. And crack wasn't so prominent as it was years later. But anyway, they're having a conversation. I mean, Reed is giving off some funny energy. Franklin is not rocking with it. I mean, we already know that Alton is dead. Now, I heard some people say that Alton is alive, actually. And it's actually not confirmed that he's dead. But with that promo of Reed in the conversation, in the tap phone conversation, indicating that Reed did do something to Alton, it kind of, plays with us in a way. So, I don't know. That's what makes a show unpredictable, even though it's kind of obvious. But we're going to see. But I think he's gone, man. I don't know. I think he's gone. But Reed does give second chances, give people chances to redeem themselves before pulling that plug. So, I don't know. And like I mentioned, Reed is watching Franklin. He's watching his every move. My hypothesis is that Reed doesn't trust Franklin at all, due to the fact that who his father is and what his father did, and why does he have information on me. That's how I look at it, because as I played in the clip a few videos ago, where he was having a conversation with Franklin, and why he wanted to know how did he get photos and other information and files on him, and how does he know my real name? So the fact that Franklin may know Reed's real name is gonna be like, that could be part of it. I'm not saying it's a major part. It could be part of it. whatever it is, Reed is coming full-fledged. And Franklin, I don't know, baby. I don't know. I don't know, bro. You better be on it. But Franklin is on it when he sent Franklin and Oso off to the drop for for a drop. It was funny that Reed wasn't gonna be there. And he was talking, and also I guess was wearing a I don't think Oso was wearing a wire. Was he wearing a wire? Yeah, he had something was wired up. But Reed was watching him. And Franklin got hip real quick, and then he just kind of started saying stuff to kind of like create a diversion or whatever. And so the next day, we get to him, and once again, Black Diamond, Dallas gracing our screens. Like, let's just give them a shout out to them, a moment, because they some really beautiful looking sisters for real. And shout out to Veronique too. Shout out to every black woman that's been casted in this show. I mean, definitely more darker colored women taking roles, especially in the show. So I rock with it. But anyway, the two hitters come with Franklin to check it out, and Franklin was right. Everything that Franklin seen when he went upside in the building, he did the math. He went inside the building, and it was all confirmed that Reed is watching him. So now he has to be 30 steps ahead of Reed if he wants to make it out of this alive. If he wants to make it out of this alive. And it's wild. It's really wild. So we get to the Jam and Jerome and Aunt Louie storyline. So we get to the strip club, and he and she and what's his name? Melo's in the strip club. He's in the club talking to a stripper. They're talking nasty. He throwing his ones, like he's somebody. And one of Louie's girls, her little hoes that she sent to him, is trying to bribe him. And he wants her to take her clothes off. And if she's going to take her clothes off, she's going to want an extra 2 bands. And I'm like, yeah, that didn't really work out so well, did it now? And he was already kind of hip anyway. So Louis gets word about it. Louis goes back in the office, and who do we see? Scrape the pot. Scrape the pot. Scrape the gumbo. Stir it. We see your boy Bucko. Bucko, shout out to Mark Dark, man. I like that name, Bucko. But I'm going to call him Bucky. Bucky, cooking up a whole meal. Cooking up a whole meal in the office. Like, yo, my man's thing got way too comfortable. I feel like if he's down that bad, bro, then the next time they have an interaction, then she definitely has to have some people to give up. She has to. And I'm not even condoning no snitching. And my man's is not playing around. He's talking about, yo, do you want my help? Do you want me to still protect you? If not, then I got to do what I got to do. I got to really do my job, and I got to put all of y'all away. Is that what y'all want? And Louie is pressed, and she's fed up with this dude, but she can't say anything too crazy. So all she says is that she needs a little bit more time. And with that plan not really working so well, they have to come up with another plan. So we get towards the end of the episode, and Scully has a psychic woman, because Scully's going through a lot. He's lost a lot, and he wants to see what's going on in the future. And man, this dude Scully right here, man. And this is one of the scenes where I thought it was gonna be over for your boy Scully. So he walks on in, and then Louie and Jerome pop out with the hammers out, cocked back, talking about they got word that Scully wanted to set them up. Now, who said that now? Who's read that little lie? It was that punk ass boy, punk. What's his name now? I done forgot this little punk's name. Oh, Mello. He wants Scully's throne so bad that he starts lying, and that's the worst thing you can do. You're gonna turn on your man's back, and that's what happens in a lot of crews. And that dude right there, I had a feeling that if he was gonna be the next villain, I was gonna be really annoyed with dude, like how I should have been annoyed with Man Boy. But that's a different story. But anyway, they get word that Scully allegedly was going to set them up. And then, boom, cliffhanger moment. I'm like, yo, so is he dead? So I'm over here waiting for commercials. Anyway, they everyone arrives to Louis' club. Mello arrives. He feeling himself. He's like, yeah, this that power. But Mello ain't stupid. He said he wants some proof, and so they give him the chain with what's her name? No, not Khadijah. Oh shit, what's her name? Tiana, something like that. Tiana's break with something dedicated to Tiana. And, you know, he feeling himself. He think he really won until them doors slid open and Scully came back and he was alive in the flesh and the goons. The goons was everywhere. And my man's snuffed out. My man Mello choked him out. And not only choked him out, snapped his neck and had everyone in the room shook. Now, this scene right here, I felt like, I don't know if there's officially a truce between Louis and Jerome. I don't know. We know Scully can snap at any time. You heard what Mello said, that, yo, he has good days and he has bad days. But this dude, Scully, I wouldn't say you couldn't trust him, but just keep it, whatever relations that you have with him, keep it business. Keep it all the way business. So Scully ends up, forgiving Jerome and Louis for keeping it real with them, and they asked like, "Yo, you don't want to take the money right there that he had or that we given him?" And it's the fact that Scully goes by principle. Scully may be crazy, but he goes by principle. He's a real principle-based dude. I noticed because when he was offered the money to take the money that was supposed to go to Mello, he was like, "Nah, I don't want." He did. What did he say? It was something he did. He did it out of greed for that money, so he don't want none of that shit on him, and I don't blame him. That's the realest. That's the realest. That's some real shit. So we get down all the way to the end. The most classic, another brick by brick scene, another. If you know what I mean, you know what I meant. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. You know what I was referring to. Don't act stupid. Anyway, the most explosive scene. I didn't expect that, but yo, Franklin laid it on Louis, and he spoke facts. Because and Louis kind of manipulated the viewers a little bit with her actions. And because we see what happened to her, we seen how she tried to warn him about getting in between Scully and Manboy's beef. And we see how things backfired and how it affected her. So everyone, felt bad for poor Aunt Louie. Oh man, I'm so sorry, Aunt Louie. I'm so sorry, Aunt Louie. Oh no, you okay, Aunt Louie? But yo, Aunt Louie is becoming really power hungry. When people talk about Franklin, they need to add Aunt Louie to that too. She's an opportunist, and she whines, and it's crazy because I'm just now realizing it too. I'm just realizing. I was thinking about it today, but anyway, Franklin tells Louie about herself. Now, normally Jerome, that's Louie, that's the love of his life, so of course he's gonna step up. But in this situation, nope. Jerome knew that Louis wasn't right, but because he loves Louis, he wants to support Louis and make her happy. He's going to stick by Louis, and I feel that can end up costing him a lot, and I mean a lot. So Jerome has to be careful. You can all see that Louis is becoming a little bit more selfish. Actually, she is selfish. She's becoming more and more as if she isn't already, but she's becoming more selfish because after she got shot and the shit started to hit the fan, things started to get stressful. It was her idea, like I've been saying, her idea to get out the game, to get away from Franklin. That was her idea. And I noticed it when I was watching the season finale of season 4 last year. I noticed it. I kind of was hip to it, but I never just called it out. But come on. You dragging Jerome all around this. And I'm going to make a video about this, about Jerome and Louis and their relationship and how things can fail, man. You just be on the lookout for it, man. Be out this week. Well, the week's almost over. But anyway, man, when Franklin told Louis about herself and Jerome couldn't really back her up because he knew he was right, Louis, you like pay attention to their facial expressions when Franklin went off. He said, "Yo, listen, we got to work under somebody. We working under somebody. I know, I get it. That's too bad. You working under me. I'm just your nephew. I'm working under somebody that possibly killed my father. So you want to trade?" So in that way, when he said that was basically letting her know, like, yo, listen, it can always get worse. The next man is having a worse situation than you are. So we all got to work together. This is why we got to keep it tight, because if we don't keep this product moving, we in his pocket. If we don't keep this product moving, then we're all dead. So whatever y'all doing, I don't know about y'all, but I want to be able to live to enjoy some of what I've made, and I'm not going to let y'all come up and ruin that. Like, yo, and it's very believable. I believe it because Franklin was going to do whatever he needs to do to protect his family. For real, on a real level this time. You seen what he did with Rob. You see how he told Peaches to stay away from him. Oh man, I'm good. No, it ain't about you, bro. I don't want to give it to the baby. Like, Franklin is on one, and yo, do not take Franklin off. Franklin Saint, I tell you, man, Franklin Saint is at that point where he's about to be full-fledged beast mode, and a lot of his ops are not going to want to see that. But anyway, man, that's my review and little mini recap of this episode. I thought this episode was fire, man. It's definitely picking up steam. The season is off to a great start already, man. The writing is really strong, and the acting, nothing short of great. So that's my review. You let me know if I left anything off, or if anything out, or if I forgot anything. Just drop your comments down below, and I'm out of here, man. Be on the lookout for a prediction video real soon, either this Friday, or I'm thinking maybe this upcoming week, man. Be on the lookout for it, man. You be easy out there.